Now, in my 42 years of preaching, I have done many funerals that involved a military salute at the end of the funeral. And almost always, the bugler will play taps. Sometimes it's a recorded message, but many times they actually have a bugler who will play taps. Now, this is the origin of taps, and I will read it to you, so please hang in there as I read this. The 24 melancholy bugle call known as taps is thought to be a revision of the French bugle signal, tateau, that notifies soldiers to cease in evening drinking and return to their garrisons. It was sounded on an hour before the final bugle call to end the day by extinguishing fires and lights. The last 5 measures of the tateau resemble taps. The word taps is an alteration of the obsolete word taptoe, derived from the Dutch word taptoe. Taptoe was the command, tap, toe, to shut, toe, to, the tap of a keg. The revision that gave us present-day taps was made during American Civil War by Union General Daniel Adams Butterfield, heading a brigade camped at Harrison Landing, Virginia, near Richmond. Up to that time, the U.S. Army infantry call to end the day was the French final call, l'extinction des feux. Now, I don't speak French, so I muffled that. General Butterfield decided the lights out music was too formal to signal today's end. So one day in July 1862, he recalled the tateau music and hummed a version of it to an aide, who wrote it down in music. Butterfield then asked the brigade bugler, Oliver W. Norton, to play the notes, and after listening, lengthened and shortened them while keeping his original melody. He ordered Norton to play this new call at the end of each day thereafter instead of the regulation call. The music was heard and appreciated by other brigades, who asked for copies and adopted the bugle call. It was even adopted by Confederate buglers. Music was made the official Army bugle call after the war, but not given the name taps until 1874. The first time taps was played at a military funeral may have been in Virginia soon after Butterfield composed it. Union Captain John Tidball heard of an artillery battery and ordered it played for the sorry. Be right there. Don't leave me. In order it played for the burial of a cannoneer killed in action. Not wanting to reveal the battery's position in the woods to the enemy nearby, Tidball substituted taps for the traditional 3 rifle volleys fired over the grave. Taps was played at the funeral of Confederate General Stonewall Jackson 10 months after it was composed. Army infantry regulations by 1891 required taps to be played at military ceremonies. Taps now is played by the military at burial and memorial services to accompany the lowering of the flag and to signal the lights out or command at the day's end. I have to say that any time I've ever done a funeral, and taps is played, it's a very strong, emotional, spiritual moment. The signal given is that it's final, that death is final. But remember, in Jesus Christ, death is but the beginning of eternal life. Thank you for listening to this on Taps. End of video.